Check, check, 1, 2, check, check. What a calming, pleasant song to start the stream with. Still have this one, like, sort of ambient album mixed in with all the lo-fi music I have on stream, so that's what we're listening to right now. But how is everyone doing? How are y'all doing? Hope you're doing well. Just loading up a link here. Sorry, y'all. Should have done this while I was on the starting soon screen. Cool. But yeah, how is everyone doing? Hope you're all doing well. Feel free to say hi in the chat if you're watching. It's always nice to hear from y'all. I'm live currently on Twitch, YouTube, and soon to be Instagram. It is September 9th at 5:31 p.m. Eastern Time. And yeah, one thing I want to talk about real quick
wants to know
before I really go live on Instagram is I've been reading, or should I just go live on Instagram for this? Yeah, actually, that isn't a bad idea. Let me make sure it's actually working though. Yeah, it is. Sorry, it takes me a second to set up Instagram. Cool. Yeah, everything looks good over there. So, what I was going to talk about is here. Let me go over to this desk. I have this book that I've been reading from Adam Savage of Mythbusters, and I cannot recommend it enough. I just want to start the stream talking about this book because there's a whole chapter on what's it called? Studio Spaces. Sorry, blanked out for a second there. But yeah, his chapter on Studio Spaces is really, really good. It's interesting to hear and see how he thinks about setting up a studio space. And yeah, if you make pretty much anything at all, I think it's a good book. Again, highly recommend. It's called Every Tool's a Hammer by Adam Savage. So yeah, just wanted to start with that. He also has a YouTube channel. That's what I was loading up before. So it's actually a really fun YouTube channel. So I recommend it. That is all. So yeah, here, let's do our usual. Let's start up a new stream board. I'll put a link to that since we were talking about it. And here, where's my link? Did I lose my Safari page? I did. Here we go. Also putting a link to this book here. Is this the page? Yeah. I don't know if this is the publisher website. Here, I'll put the Goodreads link. I should make a Goodreads account. But anyways, highly recommend that as well. Oh no, Instagram's still doing the thing where it doesn't show the name of the user. I tried logging out and logging back in and that didn't seem to work. I didn't actually fully log out, I just kind of like exited it and joined back in, so that's unfortunate. I might have to do some research on forums or whatever to see if I can get that to work. I'm not sure why that isn't working. But yeah, anyways, here, let me copy and paste my board from yesterday. So, not yesterday, sorry. What was the last stream? The 5th? That must have been Thursday, right? Yeah, that was Thursday. So last stream was Thursday, today is Monday the 9th. I was supposed to stream yesterday, but alas, I did not have the time for it. But that's okay. Sunday's the one, like, unusual day so far. And let me move these up here. These things we talked about today. I'm gonna remove these for now. But yeah, so let's go through our agenda for today. I'm going to copy and paste this over. There we go. It's today the 9th. I'll say today's stream. Excuse me. So, we'll start by reviewing what we did last time on stream. Here, let me add that period over there to drives me crazy for some reason if things aren't symmetrical, like how I end the sentences. So, anyways, what we are going to do today. Actually, yeah, let's recap what we did last time. So last time we added in code to the processing sketch that I'm working on from one of the coding trains tutorials. And that was it. And I think that's what I'm going to start by working on today. So yeah, our agenda today is continue editing, I'll say Thursday's sketch until it arrives at a point that I'm satisfied with. So yeah, just kind of improvising with the sketch until it gets to a point that I like it. And then, specifically I'm going to try and just put in some concepts from past tutorials that when they make sense too, because again, this isn't just for making a project, it's more for learning the technique. And then we'll just continue where we left off in the coding trains learn processing tutorial. Begin with chapter variables. Then I'll make an agenda for tomorrow. So yeah, simple, straightforward. Let's get into it. Is there anything else I need to do at the start of the stream? I don't think so. I went through that rather quickly, but yeah, let's open up processing. All right, sorry, I had to check on the stream real quick. So yeah, if we go over to the sketch, so this is the sketch from last time. If I hit run, it will go full screen, just like this. And if I move my mouse around, it'll do all of this. So yeah, this is what we've done so far. We've kind of made a drawing sketch. If I click the mouse, it'll erase the drawing, and yeah, fun little interactive drawing we made. And again, these shapes are pretty much random right now, so I'm going to keep editing them until they get to a place that I'm satisfied with. The one thing I like is how the rectangle gets so small when it gets into this one corner over here, and then it grows into different areas, and that is all because of these functions here. So we have mouse X and mouse Y, the movement or the coordinates of the mouse controlling where on the screen we see each corner of the rectangle. So that's why we see this strange kind of movement, is because we also have, what is it called? Algorithms, but there's a specific word for it. Here, I'll say 17th stream board, September 9th, or actually 9-20, sorry, 9-9-24. Yeah, if you're also, sorry, I forget, if you're watching on Instagram too, sorry, click the wrong button here. Oh, it's not letting me do it, but I was trying to set it up so I could see what you all see. But you all can only see the center of the screen. If you go on Twitch or YouTube, you can see me full screen and yeah, see everything I'm working on. So that is all. Yeah, what were these called? I say that just because sometimes I forget to put things in the center here for you all. So here are my notes from the last tutorial we did. Algebraic equations. Oh yeah, that's all. So yeah, you can do algebraic equations next to functions. So we have mouse x minus 14, mouse y minus 124. So those equations is what's causing the rectangle to expand and contrast at different rates too, is because each corner is being subtracted by a different amount depending on where the mouse is. Sorry, same amount for that point, but different from other points. So we're essentially adding the coordinates of the mouse, the x position and the y position, and we're subtracting it by whatever number I determined in the code there. And yeah, I'm trying to go quickly just to kind of cover my bases, but if you have any questions, let me know. Happy to go into it, explain it more thoroughly what I'm working on right now. And yeah, because again, I'm just learning how to do all this stuff, so I feel like I can hopefully explain it well because I have that specific position. But anyways, so I remember where I left off is that, here, let me go to today's stream board. Where I left off was that I was happy with, or I was happy with the way that the rectangle was growing, shaping, evolving as you move the mouse. And I thought that the sort of stick, the line alone made some interesting marks. You can see that reflected here when I was only drawing with the line when I was, oh no, this was with the rectangle line too. But you know, it's kind of random right now. I'm not interested in the shape at all of these, how they move with the mouse. So yeah. How can we make this more interesting and engaging? Another weird thing, an issue that I ran into the code last time, is that the line, if I change the weight of the line, it also does it for the outline of the rectangle, which makes sense, but there's no way for me to, here, if we go to, we open up a new Safari page. We go to processing.org and go to the references. Sorry, I got distracted. I kind of like this song. Nice little beat in the background. It was 2D primitives. What was it under? Shape. There we go. Shape. So these are what we're working with here. Oh no, that's not where stroke weight was though. Here, let me go search for it. Yeah, no stroke. If both no stroke and no fill are called, nothing will be drawn on the screen. So yeah, anyways, that I was just reading the description. It only shows it in setup. It doesn't show it in draw, which I think is interesting, because why wouldn't it work in draw? So here, if we add it to this code here, hit play, they cancel each other out, so now we don't see the line and we also don't see an outline of this shape. I kind of like that this shape doesn't have an outline, but I guess I'm just kind of filling up the entire surface now. Maybe it is kind of nice as an outline, but anyways, I just wish it was weird. I wish I could utilize both. Hopefully that makes sense. Here, let me see if I make the stroke weight a little bit thinner. It's still pretty thick. Go one more. Yeah, this is better. So yeah, what else? Also, did we define the color at all? Yes, we did. So we do have a fill function. over on top of the rectangle, which determines the color here. So yeah, and here here are the other shapes that we had as well: quadrilateral, triangle, the ellipse, but none of them moved the way I wanted them to. Like, I had a hard time positioning them in different ways around the mouse, except for maybe the ellipse. Found like how it's so high up. But it was fun having more shapes like this, and because they're all transparent, I think I don't know, I like the way they layer, that's all. Again, just making little abstract drawing tools to learn processing. So yeah. Anyways, I'm going to move the quadrilateral. Gonna move the triangle. Let's run it again. How do I get the ellipse to be a little bit lower? If I change some of these, what happens? Oh yeah, there shouldn't be a 0 there. Oh yeah, so that answered my question there. Cool. So yeah, the ellipse works the same way the rectangle does. I'll take a screenshot of this. Forget the command for screenshotting the full screen. Realize you can see the little outline of myself on it. And do that again. Good. Cool. So here, let me put it underneath the rectangle. So in the draw function, it will work in the order of the code. At least that's how things will be layered on top of one another. So if we run it again, cool. Getting in love with it. I think it's more dynamic than when it was just on its own. I think the outlines are actually helping it out here. So what else? What else can we do here? I don't love the colors. I guess I don't hate them either. The background's just kind of gray too. Here, let me steal that yellowish color that I thought worked well from a previous sketch. I forget which one it is. Is it this one? Nope. It's not. That's where we got all the shapes. Kind of like the source sketch for this one. But this one we added in mouse X and mouse Y functions and added setup and draw to our process. Nope, that was the very first one. So I should actually be reading these titles. Or the 7th, I guess. I would have been confused anyways, so yeah. Yes, this is the one I was looking for, where the yellow kind of went along with some of the other colors. So here, we copy and paste this, and we're going to put it into setup of today's code. Oh, what? It does have a background color. What? Oh. I don't know what was wrong with the last code. Or if I was just looking for that grayish color. Oh, that's what's happening, is it does start with it here. If I uncomment it, comment this one, what does it look like? Yeah, it's this like tealish blue color, and then it... Oh no, actually. Sorry, I thought that was the default gray. I guess it is a color that I defined earlier, but yeah, we'll keep the yellow color because I think it's at least a little better than the default. Something that could be misconstrued, the default gray. So here, I also added it down here to the mouse pressed block of code so that when we click on it, it replaces the background with the that yellowish tone. But now the line kind of sticks out as being a little strange. I wonder if I can get the length to be determined by mouse X and mouse Y. No, I can't, because see, we have all these coordinates here. Let's try this, just to see what happens. Yeah, no. It's just always the same length. I kind of liked, maybe we make 2 of these sketches, one that's just a line and one with no lines and just shapes. I think I'll be happier with that. Oh, hate the saxophone in that song. It was the most MIDI saxophone I've ever heard in my life. Oh my god, that was rough. Really rough. Anyway, sorry I got so distracted by that. I ended up checking on the stream, making sure everything's running all right. Here, let's what were we going to do? Change the stroke weight. Oh, that's weird. Even though stroke weight is gone, it's still there. Let's change it to 1. Okay, let's add another rectangle with a purplish hue. Let's change some of these numbers around. Oh, weird, the way the rectangles overlap. Why are they sticking together in some areas? Here, let's still change the fill so it matches that other purple color. I guess that's the triangle. So we'll copy this fill. Put it in this rectangle here. Oh, that was the wrong one. Let's exit out with that, undo. Oh, interesting how the purple gets so much more opaque too when it's not behind the blue. Okay, I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. Alright, not super in love with it, but I feel like I've been spending a lot of time on this sketch and I don't exactly want to spend all of the time in the world on this sketch. So what I do want to do though is make one that's only lines. So here, you save it for now. You actually remove the rectangle and the quadrilateral. I don't think we need it. Accidentally delete the close bracket, so I'll add that there. Oh, yeah, it's still running all right. So let's stop it, save it. Then we'll start a new sketch. Let's copy and paste all this in. I'm actually also going to, I'm going to delete this comment because we figured that out. The reason they're no longer transparent is because they layer on top of each other. Joe, what's up? There it is. Thank you for stopping by as always. Good to see you here. How are you? How's life? How's Harry's? I'm going to copy and paste all of this code into the new sketch. But I'm going to delete the line from here because we decided we don't want it. Should stroke weight be in setup? Does that matter? I don't know. It's working, so I'll leave it where it is. But I don't know if that like supposed to be in setup. Everything's great. Nice. I went to the Met today. Cool. How was it? Cool. Glad everything's good. About to stream some Cyberpunk. Nice. I'm not sure what I'm doing after this, but I'll try and catch some. And I'll leave it on my monitor. No matter what, I'll probably watch here and there as I'm walking by my little office here. But yeah, happy to hear it. I'm genuinely impressed with your streams too, how good you are at talking during your streams too. I don't know. I felt like when I was watching your stream, I don't know if you saw that I like popped in really quick before I went to bed the other night. I was just like, hey, forgot I had left this on. Good night. I said good night. And yeah, you're still talking through everything. I was impressed. You're a real streamer. But yeah, definitely will stop by after this. So what else? So yeah, we're going to change the line of this code here because we saved the other one. We run this. Oh, it's the same so far. What are you working on today? We are continuing everything on the stream, working and processing, trying to learn, processing. Yes, exactly. Taking the drawing further. So all I've done really so far is add this extra little purple shape. And I made some small edits to the background and the weight of the line. And yeah, I made some small edits. Oh, I guess I added that green shape too. I guess that wasn't there last time. So yeah, just taking the drawing further, last time it felt random. I was trying to get it to a place I like. It still feels pretty random to me today. But I don't want to spend too much time on it because I want to keep going through this tutorial. Again, it's more about learning the process than it is making exciting, interesting drawing. Nice, thank you. Yeah. So what I'm doing now, before I continue the tutorials, I like to be at least a little happy with what I was working on. So I want to try and make one without shapes and just lines and see if I can make anything interesting from that. Here, let me try and make the background just white. We'll make everything pretty neutral in this, more about form and fractals than it is about color and shapes. Looking better in terms of complexity and composition generation, but yeah, I can see how the goal is just getting better at coding. Thank you. No, I appreciate it. That's exactly what I was going for, I was just trying to make the composition a little bit more complex. Clearly learning some good shit. Thank you. Clear progression. Thank you. Yeah, no, that's one of the reasons why I want to do these streams too, is so many reasons. I actually was thinking about posting a video on YouTube about it. But, I feel like it's good for me to kind of talk through my process. It's kind of like public speaking in a way, but not more importantly, but also in addition to, I love the idea of having recorded documentation of everything that I've worked on so far too. Just having that recorded documentation so I can refer back and see how my process, changed over time, and I can just have video documentation of my process working on projects. I'm doing creative coding now. 100 thank you. I'm doing creative coding stuff now, but I think eventually I want to work on all kinds of projects on these streams too. More creative things like painting and building sculptures and stuff, but I like the idea of starting with learning a more technical skill, because I feel like there's less risk in that, and I'm like a little less vulnerable essentially than if I was painting or doing something else. I feel like this makes sense for these kinds of streams too. I think something like painting could come across as more like performative or something, but I feel like all the reasons I mentioned before, I get to talk through my process and just have recorded video of it. The other thing though, 200 true. The other thing with that though is if I started doing that, it'll be harder for me to come up with things to talk about too. So One thing I was thinking about is leaving artist lectures on in the backgrounds while I worked on projects, but I also don't want to like come across like I'm stealing other people's videos. But I also have one viewer right now, so I don't know how much that actually matters, but I like having it kind of remain on my streams as like YouTube videos, because once I finish streams, they go on YouTube and save as videos. But yeah. Anyways, sorry, that was a long tangent after what I was talking about, but these tangents are what we're here for, you know, it's the best part of these things. So anyways, what I want to do again, so I made the background white. No, I made it black, okay. So color is it's on a scale of 0 to 255. And I could go into a long explanation why, because I spent a while trying to figure that out on an earlier stream, but it'll take me a while to explain that. That 5-hour-old Met pizza slapping harder than a bass right now. That is so funny. I forgot they just kind of leave them out on the table like that. Damn. Is the food pretty much the same now? I haven't been in at least a year. I guess I go on like our like big campus events, but yeah, I'm glad glad the pizza's 5-hour-old pizza slapping right now. Glad to hear it. So yeah, colors on a scale from 0 to 255. So now that I know that 0 is black, 255 must be white. Again, just trying to get a neutral background. Pretty much the same. That makes sense. Yeah, no, I'm not surprised. So yeah, now it's... Oh, I forgot to change it in mouse pressed. So that's why the background was white. White initially, but then changed to black is because the mouse pressed event is different than the setup event. So here, yeah, now it changes to white every time I click on the mouse, but the shapes are being instantly drawn, so that's why they keep showing up. So, yeah, let's copy this stroke weight and line over and over. I don't know why it's doing that weird indentation thing. I'm gonna remove these shapes. And here, let's do different weights, 2 and 2. And let's change their positioning. Oh, let's try multiplying instead of adding and subtracting only. So I believe it was an asterisk to multiply. I don't know, I have all these spaces too. I'm gonna delete some of those. Not feeling the ambient music right now. Trying to gather some more energy than that. Lo-fi, but anyways. I feel like I can only do multiply and divide by smaller numbers too. Let's just switch some of these up. Again, trying to separate the lines so that they're not just stacked on top of one another with their positions. Change some of these numbers. Yeah, all right, let's see how it looks. Whoa. Okay, it's working. Whoa, what? I'm trying to wonder which line that is. Oh, it's the one with the heaviest thickness. What I like about it is how it's kind of like doing this weird motion. Why is that? Instead of just going up and down, left and right, it's like moving like this. I don't know how to describe this other than the visual example. So what happened there? Well, this doesn't make sense. Here, let's try and figure out which line. I feel like that had to have been the one that's... Oh, I bet it's this one. With stroke weight of 3. Because I feel like it has to be because of the multiplication of division, sorry. Had trouble saying that for a second there. Yes. But the one on the right, I don't know if that's being divided by or multiplied, but it's not doing the same. But either way, I like it. So yeah, let me make sure that the one that's being divided is the one I'm talking about on the bottom left. Yes, it is. Cool. And how do I get it from being in the bottom left corner to being a little bit more central? We divide by 2, what does that look like? Oh yeah, so it did move it up a little bit. Okay, let's make that one of the thinner ones. So yeah, I like the idea of that, so let's try and multiply and divide more often in this code. I think that'll make things a lot more dynamic, is my guess. Let's see. Yes, yeah, much more dynamic. But we should make them different thicknesses too of stroke weight, so interesting. Well, they kind of both converge, like come to a meeting point there. That's, I have to look at the numbers as to why that is. So here. Try and divide, multiply more often. This one's going to be crazy, the larger number. Okay, so there's a line kind of stuck in the top right there. Oh, unless interesting. When we move to the left here, it starts to fill up the entire frame very quickly. Interesting. So yeah, this is also more dynamic, but I kind of miss how wavy we can get some of the lines, essentially. It's the only word I can come up with right now, but anyways. Yeah, let me just take that out. See what this looks like. Not too different, ultimately. Maybe this menu is just not that necessary. Accidentally deleted the closed curly bracket, so I added that back in. What else could we do here? Interesting. Oh, that's a cool screenshot. I'll screenshot that. You know what? I actually really like it when it's by itself here. The one with, I think it's divided by 2. Yeah. Just wish there was a way I could like manually rotate the line. Here. Actually, I don't know if I like it all that much more. Trying to think of what else. Sorry, I'm not sure if I hear knocking on my door. I will be right back. about that. Yeah, finish picking up this water, then I'll start in just a moment. But I just want to let y'all know that I am back. Cool. So, where did we leave off? Oh yeah, this drawing. This one. So what else can we do? Let's only use multiplication and division of small and large numbers. Sarah, welcome, welcome. Hey Sarah, who was at the door? It was Sarah. It was literally Sarah. What you doing today? We are making drawings, me. House at the door. Exactly. Oh, that's funny. Funny you asked, Joe, right when Sarah showed up. I feel like this keeps happening to you on stream where you'll like say something and then the answer will immediately appear without me even and I don't know, answering it. I'm trying to think of the last example of that, but you said something that kind of like predicted the future in a weird way. But anyways, welcome Sarah. Welcome back, Joe. I guess welcome back me. I guess you've been here the whole time. But anyways, so yeah, so far we've made 2 drawings. Here, I'll show the last one. Or the first drawing was continuing off of last stream's drawing. Which one was that? I think it was this one. So yeah, we just added more to this drawing, or interactive drawing rather. So you can see there's a few more shapes, new background color. Oh, right! I said James Kim right as Nightbot did. Right. I felt like it happened another time too of something else, but the James Kim was the most notable. That's really funny. But yeah, oh, I accidentally made a parentheses there. I meant to make a asterisk. Oh yeah, and then we altered the code to make these weird drawings today. Whoa, what are those points? Do you see them? What's causing that? Because I think there's only lines in my code. That's weird. I swear I'm minorly precognizant. Yeah, what was causing that? Because they're all lines here. And again, we're just changing the math so that it's multiplications and divisions instead of anything else. Here, I'm actually going to leave this one by itself. Let's do times 6. Let's do divided by 7 times 8. Yeah, this should be interesting. That's sick, the points. Yeah, I don't know what caused that. I don't know if I just removed it too, but they're also, you're right, you know, I should add, there should be, so we have line. Isn't there one for point? Yes, points. But I felt like the points were too small when they appear, but maybe we can change the stroke weight of those points. Here, let's see how the sketch looks and then we'll add a couple. Whoa, what happened? Oh, this is crazy. I have no idea. This feels very strange to control because everything's in the top right. Yeah, what is causing those points? Because they're just lines. Did I accidentally make like a small square or something? What? And not square, sorry, a small like X. Tiny, tiny lines. I don't know. What else could I add? Here, let's add the other points. Let's leave these as addition and subtraction for now. mouse y plus, say, minus 30. See what it looks like. Oh yeah, so the points look like squares, but the ones from before look like little pluses. What's causing that? Because there should just be lines. That makes no sense to me. Sorry, to get up close to look at it more clearly. Oh, there's something going on down there. Whoa, this one's wild to control. The line keeps popping in out of nowhere because of the multiplication and division. Looks really cool though. Yeah, no, I like it too. I wonder what's causing it. I also like the other point. I'm going to add another one in. Here, let's make this one a little larger. Stroke weight 8, semicolon. That should change how big it is, theoretically. Let's do minus 22 plus 2, say maybe, I don't know, 6. Why not? Then accidentally deleted keep accidentally deleting that second, what is this called? Curly bracket. Oh yeah, so I was right about the stroke weight. Wow. Stroke weight's true. They do. That's what I'm gonna start calling you. They sure do. It's so hard to control, which makes it fun. Still not in love with the composition that's coming out though. I don't know how much more time I want to spend on this tutorial. So here, let's think. Yeah, I'm just moving things around a little bit more. I feel like some of these larger numbers may be throwing off the sketch a little, just because it's probably multiplying and dividing by a lot. What this looks like. Okay. It would be cool to write a program that provides your drawing program with random mouse coordinates. Yeah, that's true. Actually, so the first chapter of a book by the person we've been watching, Daniel Shiffman, from his tutorials, the first chapter is on randomness. This book just came out. I really want to get it, but you can find the entire book online, so I'll put a link to that in chat. But yeah, this book is cool. And it's about how to simulate nature with code, and the first chapter is on randomness and how to simulate randomness with code. Like here, this like random walk. Should tell the library to get it or borrow it. Yeah, yeah, and read it. Yeah, no, totally. That's a good idea. So the entire book is actually in this link that I put in chat too. Like literally the entire book is right here. This is each chapter, and you can go and just read it on the website, which is kind of amazing that he did that he essentially made his whole book free. And it's actually kind of even better on the web because you get the examples in real time and you can open up the code. So here's the P5JS code for it, and boom, Oh, never mind. Let's go. Yeah, that's so awesome. Yeah, no, right? I totally agree. So you can just open up the code. P5.js, this code is the JavaScript port of what we're using processing, which is based off of Java. But the reason that I'm not working through it right now is because I read through the introduction, and he mentions that he actually referred to the tutorial we're working through right now. I'm trying to find it. Yes, here it is. If you've never written any code before, while you could read the book for the concepts and inspiration, you'll likely struggle with the code because I'm assuming knowledge of the fundamentals, variables, conditionals, loops, functions, objects, and arrays. If these concepts are new to you, my code programming P5.js and learn processing, which is the one we're working on right now, video course provides the fundamentals of what you need to know. So that brings me to a topic from a previous stream, which is that I'm debating what I should work on next on stream. If I want to go right into trying to develop games inside of Godot, or if I want to work from this book, just because this book looks awesome. It looks like it'll be a lot of fun to work on from stream, and I can kind of like read through it, work on different files we're not using as videos. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing this. Well, if any book you want to read but don't want to own, just tell Fleet to order it and read it. That's cool. I didn't know they would do that. Damn. That's awesome. Yeah. Have you done that before? I assume you've done that before. I feel like I should do that anyways, because this book like would be amazing for students in the computation concentration too. But yeah, definitely want to eventually read this book. So right now I'm actually kind of leaning towards jumping in and working from it next on stream once we finish these tutorials. But you know, if I have like a specific project idea that I'm really excited about that needs to use Godot, I might learn that next. And if you weren't around for it, Godot is the game engine that I want to work from. That, I don't know, maybe it's not the best one. I might end up switching to something like Unreal Engine, but I like the idea that this is free and open source and it's like community supported. I always love when software does that. I've done it with some Lord of the Rings book series, but it's books not in the main series. Got you. Cool. They borrow books from other libraries or just buy them. Nice. They buy like hundreds of books a year. Wow. I wonder what they do with their inventory too. Like where, I guess they have that big book sale every year. I wonder if that's how they kind of get rid of older books, I guess, or books that are maybe falling apart or something. That's so cool. Thanks for telling me all about that. That's super good to know. But here, I'll put a link to the Godot tutorial I'm interested in chat. And yeah, or I put the nature of code in the chat too. Don't forget, you might get Real or Unity free through work. Unreal, yeah, no, thank you for that. The only other thing is if I make commercial work and try to sell it, Unreal and Unity, even if you have it for free, they will take a percentage of the profit, which is the like larger thing that I would be concerned with. Not that it probably makes a huge difference at the end of the day. It did for Unity, or with that news that like Unity was going to take a large amount of the profit. They went back on that, so that's not true anymore. But I do like the idea that Godot's completely free. It's community supported, and you don't have to kind of keep up with that. Good point. Thank you. Yeah. But yeah, and you can code video games with processing in P5 here. Stream's almost over, so let's go on a little tangent. I think the coding train has some. Actually, let's just go to his website. That'll probably be a better point to go here. But I don't think you can make the video games that I'm looking to make. Like, I don't think you can make anything too complex in processing or P5.js to my knowledge. So here, if we go to tracks, and let's go to video, or just game. Oh, this is a lot, sorry. Does this include video games? In these videos I demonstrate how to train image and sound classification machine. So here is video games, this track. So here, if we go to this track, I'll put this in the chat as always with everything I'm looking at. Yeah, you can make the Snake game, you can make Flappy Bird, Space Invaders. I think this is in P5JS, right? Which that would allow me to port my games to like my website in a browser. So that's kind of cool. And this would probably be good things for me to work on to continue making interactive things. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, I don't think I see anything here that's like as complex as what a proper game engine can produce, because processing isn't, oh here, this uses processing. Processing isn't a proper game engine. It's just because you can make interactive things in it, I think you can make rather simple games in it. To my understanding, you know, maybe I'm wrong and you can do more with it than that, but this is just to my understanding and from looking through the thumbnails of these games. The game I want to make that is my current brainchild is 2v2 volleyball, but you play as cats with a yarn ball made in Unity. That's so sick. Yeah, no, totally. Do you have any Unity experience? That would be cool. That could be another, you could join me with the little creative coding streams. All right, Instagram just ended, so I got to go and properly end that. Still got that weird 1 hour duration limit on Instagram. But we're still live on Twitch and YouTube. But yeah, do you have any Unity experience, or have you, is this like just a long-term project goal, something more short-term? Volley Yarn, that's so sick. That's a fun name. Volley Yarn. That would be a perfect game name, actually, yeah. That reminds me a little bit of Stray, and what's that new Nintendo Switch Cats game? There's obviously no Stray. Big city. Your game would be very different from this, but I don't know, just like I'm picturing the art style and I'm picturing these other cat games just because they're cats, but now long-term goal to learn it. Cool, yeah. So one thing I want to work on too that I have a vision for is I would love to build my video games into sculptures and installations. I could see you doing that too if you build like furniture that had the like computer and monitor set up in it, and maybe a controller or something, like you built it into installation with your furniture skills. I don't know. I'm just saying things. But yeah. Here, sorry, I forgot I'm full cam. I don't know, I feel like that'd be cool, and it's kind of like my own goal with this kind of work to build it into installations and more unconventional ways of showcasing video games specifically. But yeah, let's start to wrap up. My voice has been cracking a lot today. I don't know why that keeps happening. Let's start to wrap up. So we'll go to today's stream board. And we'll say what we did today. So we recapped last stream. I don't think you all were here for this. Joe, did you watch Mythbusters as a kid? Regardless, I started the stream by saying I've been reading this book from Adam Savage, one of the Mythbuster guys, called Every Tool's a Hammer. I cannot recommend it enough too. It's such a good book for anyone making anything really. But the reason I wanted to mention it today is last night I read his chapter on his philosophy around setting up studio spaces, and what he thinks about with studio spaces, how he sets them up, what's his approach. I'm trying to think of other words because it went deeper than just that, but such a good chapter. I want to kind of like redo parts of my studio. One thing that I'm happy with that he mentioned is how like a lot of my painting tools. You can't really see it from here, but you can see some paints. They're pretty easy for me to just grab when I need them quickly. And same thing for the electronics over here. Some canvases. Camera 2, let's go. Yeah, I haven't used it often, but I do have a second little camera over here. Tried to get my face in there, but it was hard to do. Camera 2. I did watch it, love Adam. Yeah, no, I definitely recommend the book. Also, have you seen his YouTube channel? So that was the other thing I mentioned too, is his YouTube channel's amazing. Just full of great videos. They're like both entertaining. Honestly, these videos were a big inspiration for why I want to do these live streams too. Is one thing I was worried about is I didn't want to come off as like a live streamer first and a maker artist second. I want that to be first and streaming to be second. I feel like he does a really good job of coming across that way. And yeah, this is his YouTube page. I'll put it in the chat. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. I feel like if it's a furniture maker, you'll especially appreciate some of the technical things about making and building that I don't fully understand. He talks a lot. You love Star Wars, right? He talked a lot about when he was working on prop design for Star Wars. He worked at a company called ILM that was doing set design for the prequels, and he talks a lot about it. Super, super interesting. And then you have other projects where he shows you how he makes different things, and yeah, it's cool. Probably seen here, let me go back to it. Probably seen more of his YouTube. Oh, so yeah, you have seen it all. He's the GOAT. Okay, cool. Sorry, I didn't mean to ramble on for too long about him when you've already been watching him. But yeah, I kind of just got into him like a year ago on YouTube at least, and that's when I started reading the book Prequels Mentioned. Yes. yes. He made a video about the prequels the other day that we gotta watch. Forget where it is, but I'll find it later for us to watch at some point. But anyways, yeah, his book is kind of like if you, where was the link to it? If you took like the best parts of his YouTube channel in terms of like advice and condensed it into one book where it's all located, that's the best way I can describe this book. If you like the YouTube, you'll love the book. In my opinion, I feel like the book's even better. You're good, never bad to explain for the other viewers like me. Yeah, no, for sure. Good point. The Zach fans. Joe and Sarah, the current Zach fans, and I appreciate it. always appreciating it. But here, we're about to put this link on the screen. But yeah, this is the book I'm talking about. Did I put in the chat? Oh, I forgot I put in the chat. Cool. So yeah, let's begin to wrap up. So we started, so the reason I got carried away with that is that's how I started stream. I started stream by talking about Every Tool's a Hammer by Adam Savage. Specifically, his chapter on setting up studio spaces. Then talked about his YouTube. As I'll also say as a source of inspiration for these streams. I'm getting a little bit better at talking while I'm typing, I think. Heart. Thank you. Added in, so what did we do after? So yeah, I'll say we continued to add in code possibilities from mouse pressed event into one of our previous processing sketches. Excuse me. Actually, I'm just gonna copy and paste this from here. I think that'll make more sense. continued editing Thursdays sketch until it arrived at a point. Actually, it never arrived at a point I'm satisfied with, so I'll just say continuing editing Thursday stream. I'll say started a new sketch with lines instead of shapes. What else? Put the little Nightbot on the screen while I'm talking. I think it's just you all right now, but in case anyone watches the VOD of this on YouTube, I'll leave it up there. So shapes utilize concepts from previous tutorial chapters, especially. So we did kind of, but I don't think we need that in what we did today. Continuing Thursday sketch, start a new sketch. I'll say based on the same concepts, but with lines instead of shapes. I'll say neither. Actually, I'll continue this in the same bullet point. Neither sketch got to a satisfactory place. But I think it'll be important to continue the tutorial sooner rather than later. And then now we're making an agenda for tomorrow's stream. I'll say went on a tangent about coding for video games, specifically the capabilities of processing P5.js, and where I'd like to go with Godot. Cool. So I'll put links to all that in a second, but I will say what to do off stream. So I did try logging out and back into Instagram on the Ecamm Live. It did not fix that error. I don't know if I properly logged out, so I'll say properly. What I mean by that is I kind of like exited out of the account and clicked on it again, hoping that would fix it, and then I retyped the stream URL in because in case that changed, which I think it did, but neither of that fixed the issue where when I have someone from Instagram comment, it just says Instagram user, not their name. But it used to say their name, so I don't know what went wrong over time. So yeah, I got to work on that, fix it out. I'll say if this doesn't work, I'll need to email Ecamm Live, the software I'm using, whatever company it is that makes it, and I think they're just called Ecamm Live. I think that's all they do. But anyways, check Automod and Twitch. Why is it so strict for first-time chatters? Yeah, I did that, and I kind of turned off Automod altogether, which might end up being a bad idea, but shouldn't be because I get to manually control which comments show up on screen, so that's good. Just because it was set to like the lowest level of moderation, and it was still flagging every single person who stopped by and talked in the chat, which is frustrating and probably prevents people from sticking around. So I'd rather just turn it off completely, and then I can reevaluate it later if I want to bring it back. What else? Double check that Nightbot is working for Twitch. No, I still gotta do that, and for YouTube. Final time for Sunday streams. Yeah, Sunday streams I think as a whole are kind of up in the air too, just because I haven't been as consistent with them. Maybe they'll be at random times, I don't know. And just stick to Monday through Thursday for my schedule. And I also have to email. I'll say have to email Ecamm Live to see if Instagram duration limit can be adjusted. I'm actually going to move that to the top of the list because that is frustrating to say the least. And then last but not least, get a drink with Joe. Most important one here. So, agenda for, sorry I'm going over time, y'all, but we're almost done. So I'll say agenda for Tuesday's stream, September 10th. Review what we completed today on stream, continue editing yesterday's sketch until it arrives at a point with I'm satisfied with. I'll say until it either, I'll say sketches until they either arrive at a point that I'm satisfied with, or I decide to move on back to the tutorial. And I'll say it'll be important not to harp on the bad drawings for too long. I can always revisit them and the tutorials and concepts are most important for now. And then we'll begin the next chapter. Begin chapter variables and learn processing with the coding training. So that was a long point. I'm gonna read that all again. Continue editing yesterday's sketches until they either arrive at a point that I'm satisfied with, or I decide to move back onto the tutorial and utilize concepts from previous tutorial chapters, especially from mouse press to pen. Should I remove that? Yeah, I'm gonna remove that. Actually, I'm gonna add it to the end. It'll be important not to harp on the bad drawings for too long. I can always revisit them, and the tutorials and concepts are most important for now. In these sketches, utilize concepts from previous tutorial chapters, especially from mouse press to pen, and then we'll continue in the tutorials. But yeah, I just want to put in a few more links here. So here, where was the video game? I don't think I need to put the references pages into my stream board just because I can always refer to them pretty easily later on. So I'll add the video game track and the Nature of Code book, just so I have a memory of everything that we put on, or side that we talked about on the streams today. We'll add our arrows because I always think it makes my notes look better. Not need to move that. Cool. All right, there we go. I think that's everything I want to add. Make sure everything's labeled correctly. Agenda for Tuesday's stream. Yes, tomorrow is Tuesday. To do off stream generally. We did the agenda for today. Yeah, everything's looking good. Cool. So I think that's everything. Thank you all so much for joining. Joe, Sarah, thank you all so much as always. If you're watching the VOD on YouTube, please follow or subscribe so that you know when I go live. I currently stream Mondays through Thursdays at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time for about an hour every day. And yeah, if you didn't enjoy it, you don't have to follow and subscribe either, but always heard I need to mention these things in order to build an audience. And yeah, I'll be live tomorrow, Tuesday, September 10th at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 2:30 p.m. Pacific Time. And thank you all so much for joining. If you're watching on Twitch, Sarah, I remembered. I know you're about to say it. I'm remembering it. If you're watching on Twitch, please stick around for the raid. We'll raid someone in just a moment, so don't exit out quite yet. Or I'd recommend not if you want to stick around for the raid, which I always encourage. Who are we raiding? I have no idea. I'll be honest. I always look at it during the thanks for watching screen, just because I feel like it'll be hard for me to talk and choose someone at the same time, which I'm attempting to do right now. But yeah, I'll need to take a closer look through everyone I'm following. So yeah, we'll find out in just a moment if you stick around. But yeah, anyways, thanks again, everyone. See y'all tomorrow. And thanks again. Bye.